welcome. And let's begin this Power Yoga class. Find a comfortable seat, however that is, in your body. You don't have to sit like me. But that tall spine is nice to feel. And you can close your eyes and rest your hands on the thighs or the knees where it makes sense. Take a deep inhale through your nose and you're welcome to sigh out. Maybe you want to do that one more time. And if there's anything you want to, shake out, release. Maybe you need a bit of movement in your neck or your back. Just do that. And then find that calm breath. Remind yourself that there's nothing you need to prove to me, to God, to anybody here on the yoga mat. And I'll begin with a prayer that you can pray with me or just listen to if that's what works best for you. God, thank you for this time. Thank you for the opportunity to move, to use our strength, and maybe also to find the strength that only you can give us. And let's just breathe for a moment more, and you can always sigh out anything you want to release, anything that doesn't serve you, or maybe feel like there's a blockage. Maybe there's forgiveness you need to ask for. Just sigh out. As you breathe, maybe especially in, try to feel how you can breathe in and the ribs in the side of your body, how they expand or lift. And as you exhale, they kind of fall back in place. And I'll read a part of a story from the Old Testament, and I'll just read it and let it be, and then I'll come back to that topic as we move a little bit. It's about Jacob. And it's okay just to have a story in your mind and don't have all the answers. So it's Jacob has a brother he's afraid of meeting due to a long story. I don't want to share that here. But he's going to meet his brother after a long time of trouble between them. They have not seen each other for years. And then it says here in Genesis 32, so Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak. Then the man saw that he could not overpower Jacob. He touched the socket of Jacob's hip so that his hip was wrecked as he wrestled with the man. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is daybreak." But Jacob replied, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." The man asked him, "What's your name?" "Jacob," he answered. The man said, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel, because you have struggled with God and with man and have overcome." I love the sometimes weird stories because they make us think and ask questions. All right, move as you're still seated on the floor or wherever you are. So free seated movements. Make sure you move the spine, be gentle. And this is also your time to feel into what is your body telling you today. You signed up for this power yoga class, right? But maybe you're just completely tired. All right, so be respectful of what your body is telling you, so you don't overdo anything, even though you might be like super excited about what we're doing. So listen in to this body of yours. If you are ready, make sure you get your wrists in as well, a bit of movement there. Maybe do your, I call it gospel hands. And then let's find downward facing dog. So I know that you are most likely familiar with yoga, so there will be some of the basic cues that I sometimes teach that I won't be teaching today, because you know what to do with your down dog probably. So get yourself situated into downward facing dog in a dynamic way. So you're moving your legs, getting your fingers really nicely down into the mat. Also the fingertips. In power yoga, the Ujjayi breath might be really great to use, that snoring, exhaling sound. So I am going to use that. So if you hear that, that's what I'm doing. You're welcome to do that as well. But let's warm up the shoulders and a little bit more. So lift the heels off and move into plank, where you stack the shoulders and the hands, and maybe you come down on your knees if this is the first time, just to ease a little bit off the tension. Navel in. Then take the knees off, bring yourself back into downward facing dog. Make sure you bend your knees if that feels the best in your body. And then we can do plank again. As you inhale, move to plank on toes and knees, and exhale, downward facing dog. Gonna do that a few more times. Inhale forward, always optional, get the knees down, and exhale, down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, plank. Push the hands into the floor. Exhale, down dog. Last one. And down dog. Awesome. Bring the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. And then bring the right leg or the right foot
almost where the right hand is. And this is the time where you maybe want to use your block. I'm just going to use it here for show. Underneath the left arm. And then we're going to twist the navel, belly button towards the inner thigh. And then we're going to do circles here, still warming up. So I like extending the front leg as I bring my hand back. And then bending it again as I bring my hand to the front and up towards the sky. Awesome. One big circle more. And then you might move the block away, step back, finding plank, our first vinyasa flow as I call it. I like to take that on my knees, bring the pointy part of the elbows back towards the heels, and then slowly lower down, elbows by the ribs as best as we can. Lift the chest up in a baby cobra and tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Same procedure, other side. So your left leg goes up and bring it to the front. With or without block underneath your right hand, left arm up towards the sky. And let's do those circles again. Extend the front leg if you can. And circle movements into the shoulder and the spine as well. Last circle. Beautiful. And then again, vinyasa flow. Step the front foot back, plank, navel in. Slowly move your shoulders in front of your fingers and lower down, maybe hovering over the floor. And then go for your up dog if your back is okay with that. And then downward facing dog. Take one breath here. And then walk yourself to the top of the mat, folding forward. Maybe you want to shake your hands off. And let's get right into it with the straps so we get through all the fun postures. So take the strap in your hand, and if it's super long, you might just fold it in half. I do that. So coming into mountain pose, and you can just stay at the top of the mat. So bring your hands with the strap over your head. And maybe just exactly on top of your head to begin with. And then slowly take the hands behind your head, strap with you, and then lift the strap up again towards the sky. All right? Going to do that a few more times. Try to avoid moving the spine. So as you bring the strap behind your head, don't lean forward like that. I'm a little bit exaggerating here, but you get the idea, right? Spine still, because that will create that extra challenge for the shoulders. All right, bringing more to it. Pull the strap apart, all right? Pull on it as best as you can. And still, as you pull the strap apart, bring the hands down behind you. Don't have to go super far, just a little bit behind your head and up again. And keep pulling on the strap. I hope your arms are shaking. We are battling our shoulders here, up and down. Keep pulling. Ooh, I'm shaking. One last time. And then, as you're standing at the top of the mat, release the strap, take it behind you, pinky finger towards each other, and you can always go for a wider distance or shorter. Just gonna fold forward and let the arms drop behind our head like that. So, not a lot right now, just stretching a little bit. And then you can release the strap and find your chair pose. I like my hip width distance in between my feet as I do chair pose. So again, navel in. We want to tuck the pelvis slightly in and bring the arms to the front. Kind of get more into the harder things. So let's go a little bit lower into our chair, completely depending on how much strength you want to gain into the thighs. Breathe. And then fold forward, let the fingers reach down, step the right leg all the way back off the mat, high lunge. Now if you're completely fatigued in the front leg, just raise it, extend it, and then bend it again. And as this is power yoga, we will maybe get some more distance in between the back foot and the front, really to challenge the thigh, to get the stretch in through that hip flexor. Prayer pose with our hands in front of our chest. Notice the shoulders down. And let's go for a twist. Now twisting, you can always do just hovering over here, like this. Or you can bring the elbow down on the outside of the front leg. And we're going to challenge our body a little bit. So you're going to push the elbow into the thigh, the outer edge of the thigh, and the thigh into the elbow. Look at my shoulder. I'm like, whoa, lifting up to push the elbow in to the thigh into the elbow, and keep pushing as best as you can. And breathe. Push. Awesome. Release. Both hands down. Step that left foot that's at the front back into your three-legged dog. Maybe shake it off a little bit. Bring both feet down, going into plank. Lower down. Maybe you exhale on your way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Hope you're tracking. To the front again. Step to the front. Chair pose. Going for the opposite side in this very small sequence that we're doing. So sitting low. Still with the toes grounded in the mat. One more breath. Resisting gravity here, because gravity want to pull us down and we are holding us up. Folding forward. Left leg, take a huge step back. High lunge or crescent lunge. Bring your arms up. And again, maybe wiggle the back foot further back if you can today. And make sure the pelvis is nicely tucked under so you're not going for that back bend the whole time. Prayer pose. And again, twisting, hovering, or with the elbow, left elbow on the right side. As we did before, push the elbow down into the thigh, and the thigh into the elbow. And challenge yourself. Push the palms together. Breathe. Keep pushing. And then release. Step the hands down, plank. Shift a little bit forward, shoulders in front of your hands, lower down, take your time. Woo. Lifting up, cobra up dog. And then down dog. Or if you feel like child's pose, always welcome to take that. Looks like this, but you know that, I guess. Sip of water as well. So we don't know with Jacob that if he was really battling something or somebody, or if it was more a mental battle. But today some of us are really battling a lot of different things in our everyday life, and that's why I so connect with this story. We're a generation that battles with a lot of things. Bring yourself to the front again. Fold forward, you can always shake things off. And then take a hold of the strap once again. Gonna go more into the shoulders. So again, pinky finger towards each other. And I wouldn't do a too narrow thing here because maybe you regret it later, honestly. So bring the shoulders back and a little bit pulled in the strap, right? So back without that back bend. Keep the spine straight. And then lean forward. You just let the hands drop. Try to picture how far the hands and the strap are from your back or your hips right now. All right? We want to try to keep that same distance as we rise up. So keep the core in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, pull on the strap, and then rise up and lift the hands away from the hip. Keep that distance you had in the forward fold as you stand in mountain pose. Pull the arms back. Stay put for 3. Breathe. 2, 1, and relax. Just take the strap in one hand. Step the left foot this time back, warrior 2. So, as you know, back foot aligned with the short end of the mat. And again, get some distance going here. Still holding onto the strap. Bring the strap on top of your head and make sure you micro bend the elbows. Then we're going to move forward, leaning into side ankle. Keep the strap, everything, you stay put, everything aligned here so you're not leaning one way or the other. Moving in the direction of the thighs. All right, core in, strong core. Thumbs are together here or in that, towards each other on the strap. Move up again. Going for the back. All right. Coming up again. Adding. If you need to extend the front leg, do that. All right. Pull on the strap again. And lean forward as we did before. This time, the hand that's closest to the floor is going to really pull down towards the floor, and the top tricep is going to have a hard time resisting. That should create some heat. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out and move back. All right. Same procedure. Hand lowest down, pulls on the strap, resist with the top arm. Pull on the strap, bend the elbows. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the strap down, release a bit of tension there. Back heel off. And then step the back foot to the front. So the left foot is going to move, or the left ankle is going to move into I call it figure 4. So you'll bend the standing right leg. And prayer pose. Make sure the knee is out to the side. And if you want to, again, get a challenge in the thighs and everything there, you stay put as I switch here on the mat. Try to see if you can lift the ankle off the knee or the thigh, but stay put. So it's just an inch or a half lift off. You can't almost see anything happening, but maybe you feel it staying here a little bit longer. Release. Arms up. Shake your legs, fold forward, maybe sighing out. Let's pause in the forward fold. So whatever you're battling with in your own life right now, I hope you feel like you can take a mental break. That the mat that you're moving on, as we do a lot of odd postures, is a mat of grace and a mat of pausing, thinking, and feeling. With the strap in your hand, again, at the back, actually, pinky finger in. We're gonna try this thing with our shoulders one more time. So again, pull on the strap, move the hands behind you already to begin with, and feel the shoulders here moving back like that, and then fold forward. All right, engage the shoulders again, and make sure that the shoulders are not moved up towards the ears as you slowly rise into mountain pose. Take the hands as far away from the hip as possible, not hyperextending the elbows. Hold it, hold on the strap for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Keep the strap in your hand. Left foot, step it back, warrior 2. Again, get some distance. I like heel alignment or front heel to back arch alignment. So right foot back, warrior 2, opposite direction. Again, take the strap on top of your head, thumbs pointing in this time. And how far distant you will go, completely up to you. So standing here, you'll stay put on the mat. I just want to turn so you can see. We're not going to do exactly the same. We're again going to pull on the strap, but this time bring the strap behind the head as we did earlier. And then rise it up again towards the sky. All right, pull it down again behind the head and then stay here. So your arms are bended. Lean forward with the arms bent and pull on the strap. Make sure you're in line with the feet as best as possible. Keep pulling. And then extend the arms out on top of your head. Keep pulling. And rise up again, more of our tall spine. Shake the arms if you need. And then take the strap behind your head again. We're going to go back, of course. Leaning back. Navel in. Pull on the strap behind your head. Awesome. And that's pull the strap as we extend the arms out. A lot of dynamic passive stretching here. Breathe. Release, let go. Drop the strap at the top of the mat. Step the front foot back when the back heel is off. Find your plank. Low plank, Vinyasa flow. Cobra up dog. And then pause in child's pose. You can bring the arms down by your side or in front, whatever works for you. But try to relax. I don't know if you noticed in the story that Jacob was battling God, an angel. And I find it so nice. It's not the right word, but so free setting that I can struggle with God just as Jacob did. If there's things I don't understand, if there's prayers that are not answered the way I wished, I'm not asked to be polite and hold back and be gentle. I can go knock on heaven's door and battle with God, knowing that He is still the Almighty. But I don't need to pull up the nice face and be fake. I can battle with God. He's strong enough for that. Bring your hands to the top of the mat again and find down dog. Maybe you take one big breath here. And of course, we're going to do figure 4 on the other side. I forgot that. So let's just start the next sequence with that one. So you had left leg, left ankle on the right. So we're going to do right ankle on the left side. So bring it up like that. Sit down, prayer pose. Okay, just find that posture first. See if you can find whatever makes the leg, the shin, the ankle lift. So you can maybe just get one hand, palm there in between, and try to stay put. For 5, 4, smile, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Mountain pose. Shake it out. I'm gonna guide you through what I call a power sequence now. So bring the arms up overhead, and maybe you let the hands grasp each other. I like my pointy finger out. And then lift right leg up. Keep it bended to begin with. The thighs here, minimus or medimus, it's gonna be pulled in like you have a rope around the hip. So pull in and move to warrior 3. So the right leg you lifted, you're going to move it back, toes pointing down. And try really to elongate from the pointy index finger to the back heel. And trust the mat is there behind you as you lower down the right foot at the back of the mat, high lunge. Twisting. Take the hands in front of you like this. I call it James Bond twist. So I'm going to twist towards the left side, but a hovering twist with the arms extended. Don't try to take the shoulders too much in front of you. So like that. The core is very much involved here as we stay against gravity. Coming back, take the hands down on the floor, the left front foot lifted back into 3-legged dog. Option of staying here in 3-legged dog or going into wild thing. So you bend the left leg if you want to go to wild thing and kind of cross it over right. Put the foot down, navel up towards the sky, and support yourself with the right hand on the floor. Maybe tucking the shoulder slightly back. Now the challenge is to come all the way back again. So slowly make your way back. Maybe you want to keep the left leg lifted in 3-legged dog as you shift into plank. Again, don't have to. There's nothing you need to prove here. So if you want to keep it lifted, move into plank. Lower down like this. When you're down on the floor, you might take both feet down, move into up dog or cobra, what works, and downward facing dog. One more breath in down dog. Jump or walk to the top of the mat. Folding forward. And then rising up. Grasp the hands, index finger reaching up or pointy finger. Same procedure on the other side. So left leg goes up. Breathe a lot. And as we try to balance ourselves here in Warrior 3, gaze on the floor. And maybe by now we are battling fatigueness in our bodies. Maybe we're battling as well that voice saying, "Oh, I just don't feel like it anymore." Or maybe not. Lowering down, left leg, high lunge with the palms still together.
Take the shoulders down, core in. And let's go for that James Bond twist, shooting the fingers out towards the right side. Keep hovering and squeeze the scapula to back and together. Rise back, release the hands, fingers down on the floor, three-legged dog with the front right leg up and back. Wild thing, again an option, don't have to. Right leg crosses over, finding the floor behind and lift up. It's a little bit hard to explain this posture, but go with whatever works. And then moving back again, right leg up and back. Really get the fingers down. Again, option of having that leg hovering as you move to plank. Slowly descend down towards the floor. Lift, cobra or up dog, both feet down. Downward facing dog. How about a big sighing out? Jump or walk to the top of the mat. Fold forward again. And then rise up. We're going to repeat that sequence, but just a little bit faster and just one more time. Just one more time. Right leg up. So not super fast, just a bit faster. Right leg up, right leg back. Warrior 3 for one. Huge breath here. Really extend. Come on. Lower down slowly, right foot, high lunge. James Bond twist to left side. Keep hovering, navel in. Shooting forward with our hands. And then fingers down, left leg back, three-legged dog, moving into wild thing, maybe bending the knee. Crossing back, lifting up the chest. Moving back, left leg up, three-legged dog. If you want to, go into plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Cobra up dog. Inhale, and then of course down dog. Let's do the last sequence before we regret it. So to the front, fold forward. High mountain, arms together. Whew. All right. Let's see, left leg it must be. Three-legged, or warrior 3. Great length. And then slowly, get the tucked toes down at the back of the mat. Awesome, hands up. Twisting to your right side. Keep the same distance between the shoulder blades as you would have in your just traditional high lunge. Moving back, both hands down the floor, right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Wild thing, if you want, or just staying down in a three-legged dog. Shift back, three-legged dog, right leg up. Maybe with that leg extended, plank, a low plank. Cobra or up dog, and don't we need child's pose by now? I could almost hear you say yes through the screen. Stay here. Child's pose. So check in with your body by now. How are you doing? Getting ready to do more core, more down on the floor, a little bit of stretching, and then rest.
Moving away from our child's pose, coming down on the belly. And you might know the hands we do in, I think it's called cow face. Sorry, just struggling with the mic here. Oops, there we go. So maybe you look at the screen. So sometimes when we're seated, we take the hands behind us and then we get the fingers together. We're not going to do that full thing by now, but we're going to lift the spine, the chest off, and get the top hand behind our head, the back hand here behind, and lift my elbows off. And then I lower down and shift and lift other arm at the top. And this is what we're going to do. So try to copy paste this. I hope you can still see. And the idea is that you move slow and you really try to lift the elbows off, away from the floor, off the mat, as you do this odd move with the arms. And it's okay if it doesn't really work with lifting and lowering down. Just do what best you can. It's super intense. One last. All right, stack the hands. Let the forehead rest on those hands and relax. And that's resist gravity with the strength of our spine. Spider hands, I call it. So you take your fingers out to the side, the elbows reach up towards the sky. And with the help of your fingers and arms, obviously, you lift in, maybe not your highest, because that might be a little bit too hard, but lift somewhat up here, all right? Then you pull in the glute max, the spine, and then see if you can slowly lift the fingers off the mat. Stay put for a moment without the help of the hands, and then slowly lower down. That we're going to do a few more times. You can just do it in your own pace. Here, there's nothing, a beat you need to follow or anything. So lift up with the help and the support of your hands. Squeeze in, find the strength in the back of the shoulders. Slowly lift so you don't drop halfway down because you lift too quickly, and then lower down. Awesome. 2 more times. And maybe you are also on the last rep here with me. Awesome. Tabletop. So knees under the hip when you're ready. And then let's stretch the spine, moving the spine up, navel in, chin towards the chest. And we haven't used the block a whole lot, so let's use that for now. So if you have a block, if you don't have a block, maybe a Bible or a shoe or something like that would be just as well. So I take the block on my lowest height and bring it. I don't like having it in between my knee joints. I have it just on top because my knees tend to hurt a little bit. But you're gonna squeeze the block almost like you could squeeze it into 2. Okay, so really squeeze in, right? Get the inner thighs. And then you might lift up and lean back, going into boat pose, as you would probably know. Take the shoulders back, squeeze the block. And again, option of staying here, or if you want to really engage the core, slowly come down, hovering over the floor. Feel gravity pull you down, but we don't let gravity win because we sit up again. Still squeezing a lot. We might be able to do that 2 more times. So core in, even though you might have belly fat in the way, that's fine. Hover, squeeze and lift up. I hope we are shaking. Last one. And coming up. Ooh, and release. Just bring the block by your side, legs out, fold forward. One last core thing before I start to wrap things up, being more gentle in a few stretches. So take the left hand up and take the pinky finger towards the floor. I'm going to turn so I'm mirroring you. So left finger up, your left finger, and then grab the outside of the right foot. And maybe see if you can lift it up, extending it straight out. All right? With this, bring the free arm behind you. So you will lean back with as much, how do you call it, alignedness as you can. Stretch leg, spine twisted, but really long. Back arm lengthened out. All right. Then we can lift maybe the back hand off. See if you can stay put with the back hand hovering over the floor. Again, you can almost see anything happen, but your body will feel it. And maybe also release the hand on the foot and just let that hover and stay kind of glued in this posture with no support. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I wish I could hear your voices. Other side. Right pinky finger up. Grab the left foot, extend out. Avoid the tendency to cross the legs. As we sit here, we want to keep it hip width distance. So lean in back for that twist. Maybe gaze at the back hand. Length here in front of your chest. Maybe again, back hand off. Hover. Maybe release the hand again. Listen to your body. Release and hold it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get your strap near by you and let's just find a comfortable seat for a moment. Shake your shoulders. Close your eyes. How are your body feeling now? Now, you might not need the strap, but I asked you to bring it along. You're going to take the right hand up, bend the elbow, and do that stretch we tried to do on the floor, but this time we're going to connect. So right hand at the back, and then you might bring the strap there if you need it, and hold on. The fingers might just work just as well, but maybe it's nice with the strap. Sit tall with the spine. And then try really to get that top elbow up towards the sky to get a bit of a stretch here in the front of the chest in this part, and then on the other arm. We want to avoid having the shoulder like that. We want to keep the shoulder back as we pull on the strap or hold the hands. So. Relax the neck.
and release. You know this, we're going to do it the opposite side as well. So your left arm moves up with or without a strap. Holding on, top pointy part of the elbow moves up towards the sky. Back shoulder girdle or right shoulder girdle back. Welcome to close your eyes. So Jacob, in that story I read, is giving a new name, Israel. And that reminds me that if I'm in a struggle, a battle, I always come out of that, or try to at least come out of that, being different, learning something, maybe being a different person. And that's what the name means. It gives identity. It did back then. So maybe there are struggles in your life that also created new things, a new identity in you. You can keep that thought as you release the arms. Coming down on the floor. With the strap, we're going to do a spinal twist. So grab the right foot it could be, and however long you need on the strap. But the right foot is towards the sky, and the left hand then is holding onto the strap because we're not going to cross it over. So I am going to move myself a little bit back and cross the right leg over. Make sure the foot can come down on the floor, so you come all the way over to the side as much as you need, so that the floor or the foot can relax. And if it's too much with the leg extended, just bend it. Now I don't have space here, but the other arm goes out the opposite direction. It's okay if it's hovering. I'd like you to focus on the leg, the glute max at the back, the hamstring, and then the stretch in the lower lumbar spine. So how has some of your battles changed you? Move out of the spinal twist, release the foot. Maybe you take 1 or 2 breaths, especially if it was a deep stretch just on the spine. Or if you're good, go for the opposite side. So left foot, right hand, cross it over. As far as you need to go, and don't expect both left and right side to do exactly the same. That might be a huge difference. So relax, make your body heavy. Breathe in through the ribs again, as I mentioned in the beginning. And then we have just time for a few minutes in rest. So resting pose, come back on your back. You know this, extend your leg out. If you want to use the block in between the shoulder blades and rest the arms out, or whatever helps you rest, please do so. But toes out, hands on the floor, pinky finger towards the thighs. And maybe notice the back of your head, that you're not looking up with your nose or down, but nose directly up so that your neck is having a good time here. I hope your body feels relaxed. And all the effort we put into the different postures, that by now it's time to restore, heal, begin the process of healing. And last thing before I will be quiet is that the story also reminds me of another battle. The battle that Jesus was having on the cross. We just celebrated Easter. But that was not my battle. That was the battle he took for me. And he took that for me so that I can have a new name, a new identity. An identity as a child of God. You are a child of God. I will ease our time together into an open ending. So you can stay here on the floor as long as you like.